Hello, I'm Edwin Hubble, and I'm here to talk about my observations regarding the discovery of galaxies beyond our own and of the expanding nature of the universe. In 1923, I was observing the clusters of light visible in space. I had been examining a region of space called Andromeda that at the time was considered to be a nebula. I thought it was strange that so many supernovae were observed within Andromeda, as such a high concentration is uncommon. Furthermore, it seemed odd that they were all so faint, which had led me to believe that they were farther away than Andromeda was originally predicted to be. I searched through the Andromeda region nightly with a telescope, searching for a type of star with variable brightness called a Cepheid, which I had wanted to use to measure the distance between Andromeda and Earth. By 1924, I had located a Cepheid, and I estimated the distance to be far greater than the Milky Way's diameter, thus proving that Andromeda was not a nebula within the Milky Way, but a galaxy outside of it in its own right. This had previously not been considered possible by astronomers of the time, so I had proven the existence of galaxies outside of our own. I was able to present my finding to the American Astronomical Society in 1925, and soon the scientific community had a much more accurate and much larger view of the universe. In 1929, I was able to use observation of redshifts from different galaxies to conclude that they are all moving away from each other at accelerating rates, essentially proving that the universe is expanding. The expansion can be proved by the fact that the galaxy's redshifts occurred as a linear function of their distance from each other. All of my observations occurred at Mount Wilson Observatory in Pasadena, California. The 1920s were an exciting time for scientific achievement. Dr. Arno Lockhart had discovered ethylene gas's viability as an anesthetic, and Dr. J. Harlan Bretz theorized that the topography of Washington state was the result of prehistoric floods of an immense magnitude. It was a period of great economic growth, followed by the equally great downturn of the Great Depression. Also, my discoveries were bookended by both world wars. In fact, I served in the first, attaining the rank of major, and as a proud anti-fascist, I had hoped to serve in the second, but I was persuaded to remain at home. I had been convinced that I could serve my country better as a scientist than as a soldier. While most of my discoveries were made personally by myself, fellow astronomers, including Herbert Curtis, and I supported one another in our early beliefs that Andromeda was a galaxy and not just a nebula. Furthermore, Henrietta Leavitt, a computer at Harvard College, was the one who discovered the method for calculating a Cepheid's distance based on the fluctuations of its brightness. Nearly every discovery I've published hinges on this conclusion, so she certainly played an important role in my work, even if we never did personally work together. The project in question exists more as a series of observations over the course of my career in astronomy, building upon one another over a decade. I made these observations primarily independently, and did most of the work myself in theorizing the conclusions based upon them, but I had the support of the staff of Mount Wilson Observatory in analyzing the data within my observations. The impact of my discoveries has been immense, if I may say so myself. They have completely changed the way we view the world beyond our Earth. Knowledge of other galaxies besides our own, and of the fact that the universe is expanding, have revolutionized nearly every way we think about space, from providing the observations leading to the Big Bang's theorization, to fueling conversation about the concept of life beyond Earth. I studied both mathematics and astronomy as an undergraduate, and after receiving a law degree, I went on to pursue a PhD in astronomy. The outbreak of the First World War put my civilian career on pause, but when I returned, I decided that pursuing law in the state of Kentucky was not nearly as fascinating or fulfilling as studying astronomy, so I decided to refocus my career.